Welcome to the Occult Chronicles, Realms Unveiled, where the veils between reality and mysticism grow thin. Journey with us as we delve deep into the enigmatic worlds of magic, the occult, and witchcraft. Here, we unravel chilling tales where the arcane meets the real. Stories that aren't just mere folklore, but spine-tingling encounters from the shadows of everyday life. Blurring the lines between the tangible and the supernatural, we bring to you a blend of harrowing true crimes and tantalizing tales crafted by our very own, showcasing the mesmerizing yet perilous dance between the mystical and the mortal. So, light a candle, cast your protective circle, and let's unveil the realms that lie just beyond our comprehension. Prepare yourself, for once the unseen is seen, there's no turning back. Stay spellbound, and always tread with caution. Today, we have two tales, one of passion and one of blood. In our first tale, the tangled threads of passion are weaved in the bewitching saga of Isolde. Deep within the moss-laden alcoves of New Orleans, a city bursting with vibrant history and veiled mysteries, resided Isolde. Born of a lineage that was both revered and feared, her mother was the most powerful priestess in the bayous, and her father a wandering mage of notorious reputation. Isolde, inheriting the best of both worlds, was adept in channeling the raw force of sensuality, turning it into a potent magical elixir. The allure of Isolde's abilities extended far beyond the boundaries of New Orleans. Patrons, both naive and experienced, traveled from distant lands, drawn by tales of her unparalleled expertise. Her inner sanctum was a realm of its own, draped in a deep ruby velvet and anchored by a grand obsidian bed. It was the very heart of all her rituals. Among those enchanted by the legends was Lucien, a respected alchemist from the ancient cobbled streets of Prague. Intrigued by the possibility of merging alchemy with Isolde's unique brand of magic, he approached her with a proposal to perform a ritual that promised unparalleled power and enlightenment. Their combined energies, Lucien's calculated alchemical prowess and Isolde's wild, untamed power, created an ambiance thick with anticipation. As they commenced the ritual, every whispered chant, every symbolic gesture seemed to set the universe into a frenzied dance. But amidst this heady concoction of power and passion, an uncharted territory of magic was breached. Without warning, the room's temperature plummeted. The dancing flames of candles transformed into eerie blue wisps. They had unwittingly opened a portal to a malevolent dimension, and from it, an ancient entity deprived of contact for eons sensed the potent energies and latched on to Lucien. Its intentions were clear as it whispered dark promises into Lucien's ear, each one more tantalizing than the last. As Isolde watched in horror, Lucien's once bright eyes now mirrored the abyss, his soul being torn between realms. Desperation lent Isolde strength. Drawing from generations of ancestral power, she clashed with the entity in a battle of wills, each trying to overpower the other. The room became the epicenter of an ethereal storm, with both light and shadow vying for dominance. Hours, or perhaps lifetimes, passed before Isolde emerged victorious. The entity was banished and the dangerous portal sealed, but the price was high. Lucian, though freed from the entity's grasp, was forever altered. No longer the ambitious alchemist, he became a wanderer of realms, lost in the voids between dimensions. Isolde, haunted by the night's events, transformed her sanctuary into a sealed vault, ensuring no one would ever stumble upon the remnants of that fateful ritual. She retreated into the bayous, her once vibrant presence now a mere whisper among the willows. Tapping into the raw primal forces of the universe demands respect and caution. When ambition overshadows wisdom, the consequences can be dire. The dance of magic and passion, though intoxicating, is a treacherous path, one with pitfalls that can trap even the most experienced of practitioners. Our next tale takes us centuries into the past, the shadows of Croglin, and the return of the ancient predator. The village of Croglin, nestled within the verdant hills of England, was a picturesque hamlet untouched by time. Centuries-old stone houses, a quaint church, and expansive green meadows defined its landscape. But as the crimson hues of dusk settled, the village harbored a dark secret, one that dated back to times forgotten. In the heart of Croglin lay the decrepit Grange estate. Once a magnificent mansion, it now stood as a testament to the ravages of time and dark occurrences. Inhabited occasionally by unsuspecting tenants, none stayed for long. Whispers among the village folk spoke of a creature, a spectre of the past, the Croglin vampire. Legend had it that in the darkest recesses of medieval history, a being, neither living nor dead, roamed the lands of Croglin. His name lost to time, this creature was a mystic vampire, one of the first of his kind. Unlike the romantic figures of contemporary tales, the Croglin vampire was a primal entity driven by insatiable hunger and an ancient power. One fateful night, Amelia, a young maiden who recently moved into the Grange with her siblings, felt a presence. As she peered through her window, illuminated only by the ghostly glow of the moon, she found herself locked in a hypnotic gaze with a pair of burning crimson eyes. Mesmerized, she watched as the creature, with gnarled skin and a skeletal frame, tried to penetrate the window. A moment of clarity allowed Amelia to break the gaze and scream, alerting her brothers, who rushed to her aid. But by then, the creature had vanished, leaving behind only a trace of its unholy presence. Days turned into nights, and the Croglin vampire became bolder. Livestock were found drained of blood, and villagers reported seeing a shadowy figure moving swiftly across the moors. Amelia's encounter was not an isolated event. The vampire was reclaiming his dominion. However, the people of Croglin were descendants of brave souls who had once vanquished this menace. Rallying together, they sought the counsel of the oldest living member of the community, Elder Agatha. Wrinkled and wise, she revealed the ancient method to trap the creature. Guided by moonlit rituals and chants passed down through generations, the villagers cornered the Croglin vampire in the crypt of the village church. A fierce confrontation ensued, where the primal energy of the vampire clashed with the collective will of the Croglin descendants. As dawn approached, the vampire, weakened by the relentless onslaught and the impending sunlight, was captured. In a ritualistic culmination, the creature was entombed with a secret chamber, its entrance sealed and sacred symboled to ensure it never disturbed the peace of Croglin again. To this day, As travelers pass through the serene village, they remain oblivious to the ancient terror that once roamed its lands. But the legend of the Croglen vampire, whispered among the oldest families, serves as a haunting reminder of the village's shadowed past and the thin line that separates myth from reality. As the final notes of a haunting melody fade into the background, our journey through the twilight realms of sorcery and the supernatural draws to a close for today. From the perilous depths of sex magic, where Ilara's insatiable quest for power drove her to the edge, to the chilling embrace of the ancient Croglen vampire, whose return to Cumberland in the 1750s reignited the darkest tales of old, we've tread upon paths that many dare not speak of. These stories serve not just as thrilling tales of yore, but as cautionary reminders. The enchantment of Ilara's sorcery and the unyielding thirst of the Croglen vampire warn us of the boundaries that mustn't be crossed, and the profound prices to be paid when they are. Every choice, every desire, every ritual can birth consequences that echo through eternity. As you step back into the mundane world, let the mysteries and morals of today's tales linger in your thoughts. For in every shadow there flits by, in every whispered breeze, and in every forbidden allure, there exists a story waiting to be told. Join us again, dear listeners, as we venture further into the enigmatic unknown, unraveling more dark tales that time has all but forgotten. Until then, tread lightly and remember, not all that glitters is gold, and not all that lurks in the shadows wishes well. Good night.